instruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in a pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. What is a sin? A transgression of the law. More. For the stars of heaven, let me go straight to it, because there's other things I want to hit here. It says here, I'm in Isaiah 13 and 15, speaking of the judgment of Babylon. It says here, 13 and 13, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, in the day of his fierce anger. 15, everyone found, listen to this clearly, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Then
it's real.
No. Let me say this. They need to be teaching this in all churches right now. They got all these preachers out there talking about save Israel and protect Israel. Well, who's going to help you and protect you? You are expendable. They've moved all of your jobs offshore. They've moved everything. That means they're preparing for something. They've moved the commerce out of America so that once the boom hits, the commerce can continue and the operation of the earth can continue. Most people in America think that they'll be there, or America will be standing when Christ returns. Absolutely not according to the Bible. Let me finish reading this, the 16th verse. The children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. That's talking about NATO and all these different guys going through your houses, destroying the people. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. You think they did something over there in Abu Ghraib. What happens when those same troops and those NATO troops and people, foreign troops, come in and start coming through your houses? You think they're going to care about your wife and your daughter? More. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. The Medes are the Persians. That's Mahmud Ahmadinejad. Listen to this clearly. This is what's coming to America, brothers and sisters. The Most High put a spirit to stir up the Medes. Let me tell you, a lot of you gung-ho red, white, and blue Americans that think that Iran is going to be like Iraq, you are sadly mistaken. Believe me, you do not want America to do what they're about to do. Because according to prophecy, this is farewell for your homeland. It says here, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Bows also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, and we know who that is, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. What was Sodom and Gomorrah known for? Immorality and homosexuality. Okay? So
mystery religions too.
Yeah. So when the Most High seen them celebrating in New York, the gay marriage, now it's from coast to coast, from California, San Francisco, all the way from sea to shining sea.
Oh, they're pushing it on the youth now too, brother, with Lady Gaga and Katy Perry and just the whole thing, the whole music, the whole entertainment industry. We know that it's satanic. We know it.
Yeah. So you think it's not coming. So some people may ask, well, why would a loving God allow this? Why? Because America have forgotten. They have forgotten God. There's no teaching of the true God in that land. No one wants to follow any law, let alone God's law, even in the churches. And then on outside the churches, there's all types of immorality. How are people to know right from wrong and what's morally sound when you go into these institutions and they say, well, listen, the law is done away with, but you have to follow the laws in our church. You understand? Going back to that. All right? So the Most High is like, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm tired of pleading at these people and crying to these people to come to me. Okay? And like Moses had to draw a line in the sand and say, listen, everyone that come on this side, I'm going to save, but everyone stay over there, they're finished. Brothers and sisters, think about it. If what I'm saying, let me ask this question real quick to you, brothers and sisters. What will you lose if you do follow the law? What do you stand to lose? What if you had Saturday service instead of Sunday service? What if you did that in honor of the Most High, knowing that he worked when he built the heavens and earth for 6 days, and he rested the seventh day? What if you did that in honor of him? Would that kill you? Would that kill you to follow God's law?
I'm in favor of it, man. I hear you, ear to ear, brother. You're absolutely right.
Hey, by the way, Brother Rakal, that's CJ. He is the guy that owns the network and has been gracious to let us be on here tonight. So I just thank you again, CJ. So go ahead, guys.
CJ, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate it, brother. And may the Most High bless you. May he bless you, man. Because listen,
that paganism's that's my specialty, man. Paganism.
He was in it.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm telling you. I know all about it. I know how they infiltrated, do all that stuff, man. And I'll tell you what, I get kicked out of my own family outings because I go to them and I tell them, man, you guys are all wrong. Get out of here. This is Jesus' day. Yeah, I don't know what Jesus you serve, but that's not I'm leaving. You're right. I am leaving. And
well,
you know
Scripture
what?
tells us that's going to happen to us.
I'm leaving alone at that, too. You know what? And while all y'all are over there, the highway to heaven is thin, but the road to hell is thick.
Well, the Most High God tells us in Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. It's like Satan have substituted the Most High, and everyone have been receiving his love and grace. It tell you in 1 Corinthians that don't marvel that Satan himself will appear as an angel of light. So he's your light, brothers and sisters. And see, most people think that if it's Satan, it's something gory and, horns and tails. Listen, Lucifer or Satan can present himself and give you fruit that can make you wise. And it's tasty. It's good. You'll feel good. Even Eve, when she took of this fruit, she found it was one to make one wise. Don't forget, the tree is not just evil, it's good and evil. So Satan can give you something good too and make you feel good until he snatched that soul. So that's why we must measure everything through Christ and through the Bible to make sure we're on the right side of the Most High. Okay? And it's coming, brothers and sisters, in chronological order. They know let me get back to it. They know there's too many Americans for them to actually take people down through a military force. You're not just going to come. It's just too many people. So they have orchestrated through their satanic science, which is sorcery, weaponry like the HARP system, like you all know. And they've orchestrated ways to make earthquakes so that they can kill a few through that. And they're going to use chemtrails and different vaccination programs and spray people because they're used to you being sprayed without question.
Oh, brother, let me tell you, I've seen the tank of fluoride in one of the smallest towns in Indiana. I've seen it myself, how it's piped into the water. I've seen the skull and crossbones on the jug. I've seen the sign on the door. I've talked to the guys and said, why are you guys allowing that to go in? Do you know anything about it? And both of them looked at me and went, no, what's wrong with fluoride? It helps your teeth. No, you got some scope.
Well, what I wanted to say is that they have people used to being sprayed and poisoned without pushback. So don't be surprised if they use those same planes to to exterminate many people in a short time. Okay,
Right.
they know that they can't use brute force because there's too many Americans. And the last thing they want to do is to have people join together against them. So they're gonna use plagues. They're gonna bring forth plagues, more plagues, and it's going to lead to mass destruction. And it's NATO, and it's American. It's really the world government against the world, aiming towards killing God's people, those of Christ. And see, when this happens, it's about the dead disposal. After the dead disposal, they're going to be tagging people and see who have the debt on them. Okay, every American have debt. Now you can work since you made it through this terror storm. You can now be placed in these internment camps and receive your cushy chip and work off the debt. What debt? The debt you've incurred since birth. And that's the plan, brothers and sisters, and it's going to be wild. And then after that, what we have to look forward to? We have to look forward to what's coming from Iran. And this is what's brewing, brothers and sisters. What we have to do is get right with Christ and not look for a rapture. Do not believe that rapture doctrine. Yes, we know in Thessalonians it says that we shall be caught up when Christ returns, but that's when he returns.
Hold up. Hold up. All right, when he returns, that's two different episodes. When he returns and you're caught up in the sky, that means that he's going to catch you up in the sky somehow, or you're going to meet him in the clouds, it says. When he returns for the second coming, he puts his foot on the Mount of Olives. If he's on the Mount of Olives with his foot, why do we got to meet him in the clouds?
Well, let me make it clear, because, see, that's why you need the Apocrypha to tie it in for you. Let me make this clear, brother. There's not going to be a third coming of Christ. He's only coming back one time. There will be no third coming. It's called the last trump. There's not 8 trumps. And see, I'm going to tell you why the elite came up with that concept under J.N. Darby. Okay, they came up with that concept, and he was an illuminist and a Mason. He was a straight Mason and Satanist. This J.N. Darby, who came with that concept. Yeah. Now listen to this clearly. Now, they came up with the concept, understanding that if believers understand that they have to go through the tribulation, then you will have more believers. They can. You understand also. Listen to this clearly. I'll need you to focus on what I'm about to say about this satanic rapture doctrine. If they make you believe that the Antichrist will come on the scene and bring forth the mark of the beast after Christ floats you up into heaven through a rapture, then any spending tool they introduce into the earth and the church is still here, we will readily receive. Now, you will take the mark of the beast because why? The church haven't been raptured yet. Total deception, brother. They are going to bring the mark of the beast, and Christ says in Matthew 24 that they're going to put us in prison. That's signs of the times. He tells us that we're going to be persecuted. Those are signs of his coming. So how can we go through these persecutions if we're floated into a crowd?
Well, and just for headline's sake here, just this past week, there was I think it was just this past week, there was a minister that was handing out free Bibles. I'm not sure what city or state. You can Google it. I'm sure it's there. But he was handing out free Bibles on the sidewalk, and they arrested him because he was too close to a mosque. So think about
ridiculous.
that.
That is ridiculous.
That just happened.
Let me tell you, if brothers and sisters understood what time we were really in, the whole America, the whole world would join together and be up in arms. But everyone's so separated and compartmentalized. No one realized that